You know how much we enjoy finding those animation errors in Peppa Pig? And guess what? We've found even more! Like in the episode Rock Pools, Peppa and George go to the seaside with Granny and Grandpa Pig. And as they get there, we can see Peppa is carrying an orange shovel, and George is carrying an orange bucket. But moments later, when they get to a small pool of water, the shovel that Peppa was holding changed its color. Earlier, it was orange, but now it's green. Episode Lunch is filled with a bunch of mistakes. Right at the beginning, we can notice George standing right on the border of the vegetable garden and the grass. But when the scene zooms out, we can see he's now a few steps away from the garden. And that's not all. In this scene, Grandma Pig is making salad, while Peppa and George are beside her watching. Now, focus on Peppa here. As the scene is zooming out, we can see Peppa sliding towards George. It's like she's gliding through the floor. It happened quickly, but we managed to catch it. Now we'll play a scene for you. See if you can spot the mistake. Did you notice the mistake? Where did Peppa's fork come from? Was she keeping it in her pocket? And in this scene, it looks as if Peppa has pierced her lip with the fork. Now let's look at the errors in the episode Tooth Fairy. In this scene, we can clearly see the edge of the table, and there's nothing there. But when the scene zooms out, a plate with spaghetti appears. And in this scene, Peppa is walking by the staircase, but there's something missing here. Shouldn't there be a basement door here? And also in some episodes, the door leads to a basement, and in some it's simply a storage room. And that's not all. When Peppa is brushing her teeth, look at the heart symbol on her clothes moving from one side to the other. And also, in this scene there's nothing behind them, but moments later, a sink appears. And the next day, as soon as the sun rose, we noticed another mistake. Hours passed, and the sun came up. But the clouds here didn't move an inch. And in this scene, George is sitting right next to Peppa, but seconds later, he's gone. Now let's move on to the episode Very Hot Day.
Because it's so hot, you need sun cream.
Did you notice anything weird in that scene? Where did Mummy Pig get the sunscreen from? If she was wearing normal clothes, we could have assumed she took it out of her pocket. But she's wearing a swimsuit, and surely there are no pockets in her swimsuit, right? Later, Mummy Pig connects the pipe to the faucet. But where did the faucet come from? At the beginning of the episode, there was nothing there. But now there's a faucet. And that's not all. Later in the episode, Miss Rabbit arrives with her ice cream cart, and Mummy Pig gets ice cream for everyone. But George's ice cream literally melts within seconds, whereas other ice creams are fine. And as Mummy Pig is about to give Daddy Pig's ice cream to George, look at the stick in George's hand. As soon as he grabs the ice cream, the stick disappears. When they walk back down to the pool, we notice they all ate their ice cream as their hands are empty. But later, when they wake up Daddy Pig, he can be seen eating the same ice cream that George ate. Moving on, in the episode Funny Music, Daddy Pig receives the delivery of his brand new piano. And right when he unboxed his piano, we noticed a weird mistake. If we look at this box beside Mummy Pig, we can notice there's nothing in there. But moments later, when Daddy Pig says he's not sure how to use the piano, a manual book appears out of nowhere in the box. But how's this possible? Earlier, we clearly saw there wasn't any book in the box. And that's not all. In the same scene, we also noticed another hilarious mistake. Here, if we look at Mummy and Daddy Pig's position, we can see a fair bit of distance between the two. But right when Mummy Pig is reaching for the book, we can notice Daddy Pig's stomach in the frame. We understand Daddy Pig is a bit chunky, but I don't think his stomach is big enough to cover this much distance. In the episode Grandpa Pig's Greenhouse, at the end part of the episode, when Grandad Dog is making the tomato salad, we noticed a couple of funny mistakes. When Grandad Dog finishes making salad, he serves it to everyone. And as we can see here, everyone's plate is filled with salad. But look at the amount of salad left in the bowl. It's exactly the same as it was when he first made it. It seems like Grandad Dog did an infinite tomato salad glitch. And that's not all. When the characters start eating their tomato salad, the bowl only has tomatoes in it. But when the camera cuts back into the place where all the characters are shown, the bowl then shows the basil leaves in it. Seriously, something fishy is going on with this salad. In the episode Bedtime, during the intro, as always, we can notice Peppa's house, and on the right side of her house, we can also see the sun that is about to set. But the issue is, when the scene zooms in towards Peppa's kitchen, we can notice that the sun is still on the right side of their house. But when we enter the kitchen, the sun can be seen through the window. This makes no sense. This is a logical error. In the same episode, when the pig family is having dinner together, If we look at the dinner plates, we can notice that only George has finished his food. Mummy Pig and Peppa have yet to finish theirs. But moments later, when Daddy Pig says he's tired, we get another shot of the dinner table. And if we look at Peppa's plate, it's empty. I don't think Peppa was able to eat the entire plate in one bite. This is definitely an error. Moving on, in the episode The Playground, Peppa and George are at the playground with their friends. In one of the scenes, Daddy Pig gets up on the slide, but he gets stuck while sliding down. Poor Daddy Pig, but that's not the mistake here. To help free Daddy Pig, Peppa and her friends get on the slide. Now look carefully at the order here. First it's Peppa, then Susie, Danny Dog, Candy Cat, Rebecca, and Pedro. So far, so good. But when they successfully free Daddy Pig from the slide, they go down it, one by one. But the mistake is, when we see the slide again, Rebecca Rabbit isn't there anymore. And that's not all. When the scene switches towards Daddy Pig, we can notice Rebecca Rabbit jumping from the slide. But the issue is, earlier she was sitting behind Candy Cat, but here she jumped before him. How can it be even possible? In the episode Skateboarding, the Pig family goes to the park, where Daddy Pig teaches Peppa how to skateboard. When Peppa was learning how to ride the board, we noticed something weird. Right at this moment, if we look at Peppa's skateboard, we can notice there are 3 smiley faces stickers. Now focus on the position of those 3 stickers. One of the stickers magically changed its position. If we slow down the scene, we can literally see the sticker changing its position from one end to the other. In the episode Trampolines, Peppa's family and friends visit Miss Rabbit's trampoline park. When Miss Rabbit is briefing them, if we look behind her, we can see an empty desk and a rack filled with shoes. After Miss Rabbit finishes her briefing and goes back to her desk, we can now notice there's a blue boot on top of her desk. But earlier, the desk was completely empty. And that's not all. Here, if we look at Susie Sheep's shoes, they're blue colored. But when she's taking them off, they are now suddenly purple. Seriously, Peppa Pig's animators seem to have some sort of issues with colors. Now this next mistake might be the funniest one yet. In the episode Rebecca Rabbit, Peppa and George visit Rebecca's house where they pretend to be rabbits to see how different Rebecca and her family are. Rebecca shows them how to be a rabbit. She also mentions how much rabbits like to eat carrots. Later in the episode, Mummy Rabbit calls them for lunch. Now look closely. We can see that everyone has got 3 carrots on their plate. So far, so good. And when everyone gets ready to eat, George refuses to eat anything. He hesitates until Daddy Rabbit points out how much a rabbit likes carrots. When the scene zooms onto George, look at Peppa's plate beside his, it's empty. But literally moments ago, there were 3 carrots on her plate. Unless she ate 3 carrots within a millisecond, this is an animation mistake. So these were some of the mistakes we spotted in Peppa Pig. And as always, we'll see you all in the next video.